You know, Giants did struggle in the same group that Galaxy Racer came from. These teams were in Group A. Galaxy Racer topped it. Giants came third. So I think you have to go with Galaxy Racer here, even though they've already lost today.
Well, we are heading to the game right now. One of these teams going out after this. Who's it going to be? Let's look through it with Johnny and Smellsworth.
All right, JB, it is time for me to agree with you about Rocket League. Let's get into the action here.
Let's do it. Well, you know, I've got to also, I forgot to mention, go Galaxy Racer in all my predictions to try and make up for the fact that, you know, Matane and Andy still really hate me. It's, you know, gonna probably be that way for a while. But I do want to get back on Matane's friends list at some point, so I'm just gonna put it out there. Matane is the best player in this lobby. He would have probably scored that. Ixos hit the bar. Matane would have definitely scored that goal.
Matane, of course, an excellent Mafia player. Johnny, of course, not an excellent Mafia player, but
no.
As is tradition, I'm going to have to agree with you on this. Matane, best player in the lobby, maybe ever.
Yeah, you know, Ixo recently said that he thinks Matane is the most underrated player in Europe, and with how well Galaxy Racer have been doing recently, I think that's becoming less and less of an accurate statement because more people are rating Matane and just rating this team overall. But it is definitely true. Ixo, he had a bit of a, a bit of a history to him with the 1v1 success and lots of hype around him. Arju, of course, had the insane sub-season with Mouse, and Matane is the third of this team that hasn't really had, you know, that real pop-off in the past, the eye-catching aspect to him. But I think he will. I think he's a great player. And also, he looks like Kronovi, so there's that going for him as well. He might be able to pick up a few extra followers on Twitter because people just think he is Kronovi's new alias.
Wouldn't that be something? Going from unknown to hundreds of thousands of followers because you told people you were Kronovi. Though it might have been good to use that a little while. Well, I don't know. You make the argument for using it now because Kronovi is not, on Rogue anymore. But you might also make the argument for you should have used that before he got benched because then it was a lot cooler.
Yeah, you know, it just depends what angle he wants to take with that. Does he want to, just say, hey, I'm Kronovi, the content creator now? And, you know, obviously that will be really popular. What a pinch from Ixo. That's a good save from Itachi, actually. I feel like I've been saying that a lot when I'm casting Giants this entire week. Good save from Itachi. Just, it's rolling off the tongue now because he's done it so often. It's all about positioning for him. He's been a real key element for the success of Giants throughout this tournament. Whereas, oh, that was a chance, Ixo. Didn't get sufficient help there from his team to score on what was a nice center ball. This is a lot better, though, from Galaxy Racer. They are piling on the pressure here. Have they gone too far? No, Matane is back.
Would you describe Itachi as that, like, foundational player for this Giants roster? Because it has to be said that Stake has been playing phenomenal defense as well throughout this tournament. But I'm curious if you would put Itachi in that role.
Well, I think Itachi is, you know, he's two things for Giants, in my opinion. He's the troublemaker for the team. He's the guy who can cause the most in the way of disruption. Oh my goodness, just as we said. There you go.
Troublemaker extraordinaire. Look at this dunk.
Yeah, that's absolutely disgusting. He's kind of dunked on two players there, Ixo as well. Arju just did not think Itachi was going to roll through that one as well as he did. Great play by the new member of the squad. And after being on the defensive for the majority of the game, just one breakaway, one chance for Itachi there in front.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not really a caster's curse. It's more just like, just being like caster blessing, I guess.
Yeah, caster blessing.
You just were made to look incredibly intelligent, which is a stretch, like in reality. But after, like if somebody just sees that clip, they're like, wow.
Well,
Johnny,
yeah, I did.
Smart. That is so nice for you.
I did yesterday record a video where I was, just doing a little bit of casting on a replay. And I believe I said something to the effect of, I don't think, player that I'm casting is going to hit the bar anytime soon. And he actually just hit the bar with his very next touch, which happened to be an open net. So, I mean, you get them right sometimes, you get them wrong. There's just one of the situations where Itachi got to be really thankful to him making me look good for once. Which is a big deal. It's not easy to do. So thank you very much, Itachi. We'd love to see more of that from him. But yeah, we're talking about Stake as well. he's, like Yummy Cheeseman said, maybe the best keyboard and mouse player in the world right now. He's, overtaking players like Yukio, Fruity, maybe Tarsos and OCE as well, who are the kind of the three KBM players that had long-term success before now. Steak is coming on the scene. He's putting in big plays.
He has been indeed doing that all weekend. Some of his defensive work and clears in some of the series we've been watching have just been out of this world. And this is a 1-0 lead right now. Galaxy Racer needs to put a shot on net if they're going to take this game into overtime. Attained to the middle, and that ball gets put down to the ground by the Giants. That's going to be 1-0 in favor of Vodafone Giants.
And just another great game for Itachi. He was putting in work at both ends of the field. And, they didn't really get many looks at the Galaxy Racer goal, but Itachi clutched the one big opportunity that they did have. I've got to say, this is a more comfortable looking Giants squad in defense than when they had the previous roster with Tox. I don't think that they were as organized in defense. They were kind of forced to play a lot of defense whenever they played against BDS, whenever they played against Vitality, and they would just lose the majority of the time because they need to be in attack to be in their comfort zone. But now Itachi, he has really made them into a very difficult team to get the ball past. They were just sitting in goal for most of that game. Didn't look too bothered by the whole situation. Galaxy Racer are a really, really deadly team in offense, but they were made to look pretty normal for those 5 minutes.
While we're on cam here, be honest with me. Does this tiny hat make my head look fat?
I'll be honest. I'm gonna go with no because did you get a haircut or something recently? You don't have that lockdown kind of hair going on right now. Were you able to sneak out for a haircut before they locked everything up again?
No. This is just days of not showering. The grease slicking back the hair and holding it down. Just the weight.
Hey, that's pretty smart, actually.
The weight of
I have to look into
2020.
that. So is this what happens to you when your girlfriend leaves you to go away see your family for a
She
couple
left
months?
me.
Well, I guess that would happen when your girlfriend actually leaves you. But when she goes to see your family for a couple months, you're just like, okay, no more showering. That's the thing of the past. And apparently, you know what else is the thing of the past? Giants losing to Galaxy Racer. Itachi doesn't want to lose today, Matt. That's the second goal for him, and they're already ahead.
That's I think that's the first time we've seen a goal from the beginning zoomed out location. It was kind of fun. The replay was like a little mystery, like what exactly happened with Itachi here.
Yeah, it was kind of open.
Yeah, it was definitely open. Definitely open. We've got 1-0 in favor of the Giants, take an early lead here in this second game. I have to say, Galaxy Racer not inspiring a lot of confidence to fulfill my prediction of them winning right now, but I do believe, based on the resilience we've seen a couple times from them in this tournament, that things can change rather quickly. Hopefully they have a bit of a confidence boost here, have a chip on their shoulder about what they're able to do and supposed to do here, turn things around.
Well, they did reverse sweep Dignitas in the group stage. They were 3-0 down in games. They came back to win that, so we can literally never count them out in this series, even if they are losing a game 4. But the main problem right now is Itachi is just really feeling it. He's at the center of everything for Giants. Every time that they're attacking, Itachi is getting himself into great positions, and whenever they need him to pull out a great save or clear in defense, he's making that happen as well. There's just really no easy way through for Galaxy Racer. They're really trying here. They're really forcing the issue, but it just isn't working out. Steak with a mind game. Oh, what a 50-50 that was. It's all about the fadeaway before the challenge.
Yeah, this is just brutal. And Arju jumps up and just touches the ball there. So, of course, Steak getting a lot of acceleration on the ball. Those are always so hard to judge when you're in defense. Sometimes you jump and you kind of halfway jump and try to cover both options. But in this case, Steak's momentum pushes that ball through. Giants up 2-0.
And yeah, it really did make the challenge look so risky when you see just what can happen. It's so much power being generated on that shot, gives the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. Maybe a goal side challenge would make a bit more sense, but it's a scary thing to just let a Giants player dribble at you a bit longer just so you can get a better angle to challenge it. Flicks and ground play, they've been a pretty big part of this tournament, and especially Itachi in the group stage. Lots of dribbling, lots of flicking. I'm loving the kind of return of ground play to the EU scene. Oh, Arju's not going into the near post. That was actually past the entire Giants lineup as well. They were all here, but they just maybe got a bit too comfortable in that position.
Yeah, I don't know if Steak was expecting Itachi's last touch there. Thought maybe he was expecting him to leave the ball, just let him come out of the net and keep it. Arju getting a sneaky one in there, splits this lead in half, and now we got ourselves a game. A little less than 3 minutes left.
Oh my. Well, that could have very easily been 3-1. Steak had every part of the goal to aim at. There's Zamway as well on a rebound. But, you know, accuracy lighting down Giants. These are uncontested shots, so you'd expect to go on target.
Galaxy Racer absorbing a lot of pressure here. This one should get out of the box. As I was saying that, Steak extremely speedy. Beats Arju to that ball.
Yeah, Arju was fast to it as well. Like we're on Arju's POV there. He did not hesitate. He was up in a very good angle for it, but Steak still beat him to it clean at the speed of the aerial defense from Giants. And a double misses for Metane. Arju's follow-up will be denied. Difficult game here for Galaxy Racer. They are not hitting their shots either. I mean, both teams actually have been a bit inaccurate in the past minute.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's, you know, spaghetti here or what exactly is going on, but it does feel like the Giants are imposing their style right now on Galaxy Racer, and Galaxy Racer haven't figured out how to adapt to it just yet.
Yeah, you got to think, you know, both the Giants' goals so far have come from pretty chaotic situations. One from a kickoff, one from a 50-50 going wrong for Galaxy Racer. They're going to be pretty, you know, upset if this game continues to go against them, because those are two of the most uncontrollable things that can happen in Rocket League. Although there are, you know, lots of elements that are within the control of the team on the receiving end when it comes to kickoffs and 50-50s. Still, I'd say more frustrating to get scored on like that than a, you know, a proper clean outplay.
I think it's fair to say that the, you know, largely that part of the metagame is still just very immature. Like like a lot of teams don't have tons of standard kickoff plays. They don't all know how to take 50-50s really effectively. There seems to be a big difference between the players that can and the players that can't, at least in my opinion, in the scene. So, you know, as those things develop more, there will be less chaos on the kickoffs and more, you know, expected results. But until that happens, until teams take it very seriously, then you know, it will continue to be a nice John that people have at their, you know, after the game. Oh, what a save by Zamway! Or
it was Itachi.
Itachi? Oh,
yeah, it was Itachi. Oh, he's been doing everything right today, but he's finally made a big mistake, and that might have given Galaxy Racer a chance to come back here. They first of all need to get out of their own half. This is a struggle. Oh, Zamway almost read the bounce to perfection. You will not get that third goal that Giants are really pressing for. It might have gone in now, though. Zamway makes absolutely sure of it on that occasion. And Galaxy Racer just couldn't escape. They couldn't get out of their half. They left an opening at the end there, forcing the counter.
Nice little pass down there from Itachi to Zamway at the end of that play, as Galaxy Racer was marching forward, thirsty for another goal because they wanted to obviously close down the lead. That's going to be game number 2 in the books for Vodafone Giants. They're looking very good right now. And you mentioned Itachi was popping off a bit, but I think it's safe to say that the rest of the team's looking very good as well. Didn't see a lot of mess ups or mistakes from them. A couple, you know, errant shots, but besides that, really solid play from the Giants.
Totally. Yeah, they've really swung the momentum in this game as well. This wasn't anything like the first game where Galaxy Racer were the attacking team for the majority of the game. This was all Giants having their way with Galaxy Racer, and they were able to score multiple times here, not you know, struggling to get the ball through like Galaxy Racer did in the first game, where they had, I think, just as many shots as Giants had in that second game, but no goals to show for it.
Well, it will be interesting to see what can happen here. Obviously, Galaxy Racer, as we said, have shown a ton of resilience during this tournament. We're hoping to see them start to fight back, get a little cohesion in offense. They felt very disconnected and very separate in that last game, and really struggled to get anything started. You know, it was 1-0 for quite a while, and didn't didn't really seem to get any closer in terms of play quality there towards the end. So we'll see what they've got planned for us here in this next game. But it would be good and good and interesting for us to see a little bit more sharp play and passing play from the Galaxy Racer squad.
Yeah, they do need to just focus in on those team plays. We said that they've always got that reverse sweep potential after doing it once in the group, but I think it's probably going to be harder to reverse sweep Giants than it was to reverse sweep Dignitas. Dignitas are still so new as a roster with apparently Jack, and they are, completely brand new to playing as well as they are in this tournament. This is a new look for them, whereas Giants, they've had numerous impressive results. And, you just expect them to be able to throw in a win in the middle of a reverse sweep attempt by their opponents. But, it's all about how the momentum goes. Before we can even talk about consistency of finishing, before we can even talk about conversion rate for Galaxy Racer, they need to actually get some shots on net and get some pressure going. Oh, that was half a chance. Actually, more than that. Insane. Denied by the post there. There was a Giants player in the way of him. And again, the post to the rescue of Giants. It looks like boost was really a problem in that last couple of seconds there for Giants, because they were having a pre-flip for those saves.
Oh, Stake. Oh, he gets a couple mind games off. Chooses not to shoot the ball because he wasn't going to be able to get a clean shot off. Waits for Itachi, but monster flip from Ixo to the backboard.
Oh,
and
my
everybody
goodness.
from Galaxy Racer decides to go up for it. And ball kicks off to the right side, and now Galaxy Racer trying to see what kind of extra offense they can get off this one push. Nothing thus far too dangerous for the Giants. They seem to be quite comfortable in defense right now.
Yeah, that was a massive commitment by both teams. Double attempt on the rebound for Galaxy Racer, and likewise for Giants. The whole squad was up, and actually it nearly went in for an own goal off a Giants player. But even worse than that, I think if they just left the ball, if they were in for the counter attack. There we go. That's better for me. So in off the bar for once, and you do get to enjoy your favorite goal explosion.
That's right. I'm enjoying it at home, and I'm enjoying it on the screen. This is wonderful work there by Ixo.
So you mentioned the last game, kickoffs are going to be a big part of this, and I think that I would agree they're one of the most underdeveloped aspects of competitive play. Good delay here by Ixo. Giants expecting him to go quickly with that shot, but he's actually slowed it down, and that's really faked out Stake, Zamway, who pre-jumps in front of him.
Galaxy Racer off to an early lead in this game, which is good because they need to get on the board here. Tane, that second touch, misses it. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anything going off this first offensive push here. So trying to carry this out of the backfield. Does pretty well. It's intercepted at midfield by Zamway. Oh, strike over the top here. Another shot. Itachi can't get there in time. The ball's cleared to the side. And now Ixo on the dribble.
Ixo really turned up for game 3. I'm sure he'd love to pick up a third goal. The Galaxy Racer way is never to sit on a 2-goal lead. They're going to keep on pressing. We actually saw them beat Giants 6-0, I believe. Or was it the other way around? Was it Giants who beat Galaxy Racer 6-0 in their earlier encounter? I'm actually going to check because I do not remember who got the big win. No, it was Giants who beat Galaxy Racer 6-0, actually. So these games definitely can swing pretty hard in the favor of one team or the other. But it doesn't tend to be too much of a blow. Neither team here likely to completely capitulate just because they get beaten badly in one game.
That doesn't really describe either of these squads. Both of them with a lot of mental fortitude and clutch factor. As I say that as Ixo flies past the ball instantly.
It always looks so much worse when you get a whiff like that on the wide view like this.
Yes, yeah,
you can't tell why it happened. Maybe if we're a first-person POV there, you'd see, something just throwing Ixo off, or like a weird bounce, or him trying a very, very specific touch that we just can't see from the wide view. But yeah, from bird's eye view there, it just looks like he completely missed. He just
accelerates past the ball.
Yeah,
He's like, I've already missed. I'm just gonna go even further.
you know, it's good to get the mix up here. I've been loving the camera angles for be on the summit here. It's been a ton of fun to get those ultra wide views. I really appreciate the scale of the Rocket League stadiums that Skylights have created.
Shout out to the BTS production teams and all the people supporting us behind the scenes: Dakota, Furtive, Goomer, Shell G. If I didn't say your name, I haven't met you yet, so let's
or you just forgot. That's awkward.
I haven't forgotten.
Happens.
No, I'm pretty good with names. Pretty good with names and all that. That makes one of us. Yeah.
I am horrendous with names. It's really, really bad, actually. But, you know, that just makes it even more special if I do ever remember a name. Because, you know, if Matt remembers the name, if you say that you're really good at names and then you do remember someone's name, it's not really that impressive, is it? But if I say, you know, I set the standard and I'm terrible with names, and then I also remember a name, that just shows you how big of a deal that person, how big of an impact they had on me. Ixo having a pretty big impact here. A couple of good goals early on. That's going to really settle the nerves for Galaxy Racer. No reverse sweep needed. They've already got started.
Man, that aerial pinch at the end got me going. I was like, wow, where did that come from? I'd like to see some teams start practicing more of this. Like, we're going to keep talking about it, I think, until it starts to happen. You know, just set up pinches in different places. You know, you find yourself in this formation. Okay, what options do we have? A pinch. Let's try a pinch. How do we do that? Let's, you know, get together from the backfield and pinch it out, especially in like defense, clearing from like the back corner. I bet there's some really interesting angles. I mean, I think Summit 1 was when Astral pulled out that corner pinch that, you know, rocked the scene where everybody's like, you can score from that angle. Are you doing that? You know, and I think there's just a lot more of those. We got to get some people in free play just making a video of all the different areas as if it's like CSGO or Valorant or something, and like, oh, pinch from here in this angle and it goes in.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Pulse Fire, of course. He's really innovating the pinch world on YouTube. I am really expecting that to transition into pro play eventually, probably in 2021. I've been saying it for a while. You know, the floor pinch, it combines very well with the shot we saw Rettel score yesterday, the floor double touch. Because if you're going for a floor pinch and you see the goalkeeper charging in, you can outplay him by going for the floor double touch instead. The setup is identical for both of those shots. So that's exactly what you're looking for. And it's why the flip reset is such a great shot to play, for pros to practice, such a difficult shot to stop, because the setup is identical to an air dribble or an air dribble double touch. So an air dribble double, you're going over the defender. The flip reset, you're kind of going under them. And the fact that you don't know which one it is when the flip reset lands is what makes it so effective.
Yeah, adding the unpredictability into striking, which is one of the principles of good striking in the first place. Keep your opponent guessing. Don't go back to the well too many times. Well, you know, if it's working, it's working, but throw a couple different options in there and you're going to increase the percentage that you're scoring for sure. This ball hanging dangerously in front of the Galaxy Racer net. Arju, a nice touch here, and Ixo gets a soft touchdown. Arju cleans it up. This Galaxy Racer team, it looks like they're just trying to collect themselves a little bit. There's a lot of pressure coming from the Giants right now. Okay, everybody's up for that ball, but they all four decide to leave it, I guess.
You're trying to do some play-by-play here, but nothing is happening. You're like, let me just wait and see what happens next, so I can tell.
Who's going to touch the ball? Okay, nope.
Nobody. Okay, everybody's leaving the ball.
The lobby has socially distanced itself from the ball.
Hey, we could all take some lessons there. We're heading back into a lockdown here in the UK by the looks of things. So that should be a ton of fun. Obviously, you know, every time that this happens, my girlfriend phones me and she says, "You'll not believe it. An absolute disaster is coming our way." And I'm panicking. I'm thinking, "Oh no, what's happened? What's she gonna tell me?" And she's like, "Oh, we just have to stay at home." Oh, no, okay. Why do you have to make it so dramatic? I mean, I was gonna do that anyway, so I don't know what you're making. Don't know what the problem is. But
babe, listen, gamer's got a game, okay? It's fine.
We've genuinely had this conversation every time that we're heading back into the lockdown. She's like, "You will not believe what's happening." I'm like, "Oh no!" And then I find out it's just another lockdown. So you know, nothing really life-changing in any way for me. But you know, we're more equipped, especially thanks to BTS. Thanks to Psyonix for putting on all these Rocket League events throughout the year. We've got just non-stop Rocket League entertainment. This whole week has just been awesome. The early Christmas present, really, from BTS. This being the last of the boxes under the tree. Oh, a chance for Steak, but well defended by Matane, my nemesis.
Wait, I thought you were trying to get on his good graces.
No, I mean, still, until then, though, he is my nemesis, you know. It's not my fault. No, it is my fault. It's not what I want. But it is, you know, certainly accurate.
Okay. Well, that is certainly a good way to deflect responsibility. I'm not sure it's a good way to get back on somebody's good graces, but I guess we'll see how that goes.
Now, I think that was just kind of a slip there. I didn't mean to say that it wasn't my fault. Definitely it is. We know I'm definitely to blame for that one. But I don't want it to be my fault. You know, I really just want to be on Matane's friend. Again, he's unfriended me. But you know, who knows? Maybe he'll be feeling good if they can win here. If they can get a win. I mean, if they lose this series and they're out of the tournament, I really don't think it's going to be anytime soon that Matane adds me back to the friends list. He's gonna that would just sour the mood. It's like getting coal for Christmas, you know, and not coal as in subpar coal, but actual coal that you burn in a fire coal. I'm sure everybody would love to get subpar coal.
Right, yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Speaking of things that just look ridiculous in the wide angle, what has happened to Ixo here? Arju tried to pinch it into the corner, doesn't go that way, and a pre-jump for Ixo. Where was he going?
To be fair, he was in a pretty awful situation there with that touch that just kind of dropped down, and he had to sort of like back up into the net, reverse into the net from there. But yeah, it was certainly nothing that looked all that impressive. But here he is, back on the board, having a banger at the club.
What a pass by Matane, the best player in the world right now. Just spoon-feeding Ixo right here. Just trying to lift him back into the game. Matane could have scored that flip reset, but he's thinking, you know what? My teammate Ixo's probably a little embarrassed after that pre-jump fail. So what I'm going to do is instead of scoring this reset, I'm going to pass to Ixo, give him the open net. That way, he's back in the game.
What a guy. What a player. Matane, passing it down. Just not quite there. Similar to the digital friendship between Johnny and Matane.
He did look great, though. I mean, did you see that decal? Matane looking fly as ever he's suited up. I mean, he's... Oh my goodness, that pass! Are you still kidding? Okay, listen, might have been hyping him up a little bit earlier, but actually, what on earth is this? Check out this assist from Matane. Wow. Late dodge into the ball.
I'm
He still
vibing.
scores. Yeah, I mean, for a reason here, not just because of the goal explosion, that was actually sick.
That was incredible pass down there from Matane. Just nothing you ever expect from the defensive side, which is what makes it so beautiful. See, Arju hits that one center. Galaxy Racer just have to hold on here for 5 or so more seconds. A huge bump!
Oh!
Air dribble bump. I knew this spelled trouble. Matane on an island, shadowing Zamway.
Oh, that's brutal. I mean, you don't want to go against Zamway in that position. He's been grinding ones this year. He's really made a name for himself as a solo duelist, and that is why. You put him in a head-to-head, he will pull out a really tough shot to stop. He's going to go for it again. Zamway denied just by the skin of Galaxy Racer's teeth.
Great defense there. But I think that was Arju there at the end, but that was extremely nerve-wracking, especially for Galaxy Racer fans. This ball is hanging out in their half. It's still looking a bit dangerous. Giants doing a good job to keep the pressure piled up. That first touch from Itachi, though, ends up giving away possession. Zamway, huge dunk. Well done by Arju to clear that one out. This is, we are in full-on volleyball mode right now.
Well, there was an attempt at team pinch and defense right there, aerial as well, to try and clear the ball. That's you know, kind of what we're looking for. They are always a bit spontaneous. It's very hard to script that. The only set piece in Rocket League is the kickoff. Everything else, very free flowing. Nice bump there, but it's not going to follow through. Steak gets the freebie. Zamway was on track for the double. He got bumped out the air, but there was no contact as Matane just flew the wrong way. Steak was there to make sure that if the ball did come into the middle, he would score.
That was just a very difficult situation there at the end. Itachi just free reign to put the ball wherever he wants. No one else from the Galaxy Racer defense was up. And when you're losing the midfield battle like that to a team like Giants, they can score from a lot of different positions. And that's what we've seen here. That is tough stuff for Galaxy Racer. I believe that they went up 2-0, right, in that game? 2-0, and Giants clawed their way back.
No, this was 2-1, I believe, because we were
2-1.
1-1. Then we had the really insane Matane assist to Ixo, followed up by the air dribble bump really late in the game by
Right.
Samway. So, I mean, that's a massive clutch for Samway. Huge performance by him. He got both the air dribble bump to equalize and the pass to give Stake the open net in overtime. You know, really a phenomenal offensive performance from him. And I do believe that he was on track for a double touch either way, even if the pass didn't come through. He was actually getting a double. It was only a bump mid-air on him in the closing seconds of OT that prevented him from just getting another solo goal.
Yeah, it feels like at this close one there from Zamway. This offensive pressure from Giants, they're just sending the whole squad. It just feels like they can't miss.
Samway again, what a play. He was almost on track for the double single-handedly, but putting it towards the back post is just as good. Itachi will pick up the spoils. Tough spot here for Galaxy Racer as Vodafone Giants put them on triple match point, triple elimination point here. This is the lower bracket. It's not the game that we were expecting. Everybody, I think, had Galaxy Racer winning this series. So they were able to take the top spot in the group that Giants were also in. Today has just not been their day.
Looks like, yeah, that is just not going to be good enough there from half court there from Ixo. Arju just looking super uncomfortable heading back. He should have had this ball. He's definitely going to feel like he should have had it. I mean, he had plenty of time, and for somebody of his his level, he should definitely have that. And
you know what it was? Is Samway has just thrown them all off. He was flying in for a rebound there. So the entire Galaxy Racer squad, the only thing they're thinking is, oh my goodness, Samway's going to hit that. They have to respect his ability to hit that shot. That's why they all jump up earlier than it looked like they were comfortable with, and ended up missing.
All right, Zamway again putting tons of pressure on this Galaxy Racer team. They march forward. Oh, what a save! Oh no, and they don't get the follow-up shot. It looked like they were for sure. Last seconds heroics there from the Giants. Third, I didn't see who it was exactly who broke up that play, but beautifully done, saving the two players that had just made an incredible save in the net, but were disposed of at the time. Well, this is looking all Giants right now. It just we're not seeing anything from Galaxy Racer that makes them look dangerous, and they just look like they're on the back foot this entire time. That is so close. Stake making a switch to the Fennec, by the way. I don't know when that happened, but here we are.
Yeah, Galaxy Racer have had small inconsistencies. They've had, whiffs that have gone immediately punished. That shot's also off target and just clearing itself. Nobody's able to easily rebound that because it's sent so far to the left. And if you're going to go that far to the left, you better be hitting the target. Because as we saw there, if you don't, then you may as well have cleared the ball, because there's no easy follow-up unless someone's way over the other side. The constant pressure at Giants is really starting to take its toll, but Ixo has an opportunity here in a 1v1. Delayed flick, and it's still going to be saved. Oh my goodness, was saved by Itachi. Ixo did everything right there, waited till the last second to pull the trigger, and still Giants are able to keep it out.
This Giants squad is looking so on right now. This is easily the best that they've looked this whole tournament. Firing on all cylinders, looking super confident and outpacing Galaxy Racer in many different positions on the field. And I mean, if you're Ixo, that's some of your best work right there. Oh, yeah. Offensively, you're thinking to yourself, what do I need to do to score? That's something I'm scoring on almost all the time. This team is just Giants team is just looking so good.
I mean, yeah, and he did that. He did play it very well. The jump, which he pulled out early, it backed up the defender, and he's able to use that space very well to, pull out a delayed flick. He didn't flick early like the defender was expecting, but the pre-jump read him to perfection, and that's a tough one. I mean, when you pull out a really nice flick like that on target, and it still gets saved, and again, Ixo's denied. What a frustrating game this is for Galaxy Racer. Giants will not be beaten here. They've all shown up. They're not looking anywhere near as nervous as they did earlier on in the tournament. Zamway in particular has been absolutely solid in this game.
Zamway picks up the full boost, and Itachi sets him up, but Galaxy Racer do beat them to that ball. Oh, that first touch from Ixo is just so heavy. It just seems like the weight of the pressure from Giants is weighing on them right now. Nice shot. Huge save from Zamway. Great recovery by Arju to put this one away. This first pass from Ixo to Mitane is just a banger.
Yeah, that's just a goal that had to go in for Galaxy Racer. If this somehow didn't find the back of the net, then I think we would have just seen them give up, because this game has been so hard for them. The Giants have been saving so many of their shots. They've been denying them in the midfield, but Galaxy Racer have found an opening there, and there's still plenty time for them to wait for an opportunity. They don't need to throw everything forward just yet, and this could be an opportunity for them. Is the bounce kind to them? Stake will read it very well, and it's more solid defense for Giants. Galaxy Racer look for the backboard to see if that'll be an opening. It isn't. Stake is there as well, and now time really is starting to run out for Galaxy Racer.
Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, Arju challenging there with 0 boost. Was effective, but Galaxy Racer didn't get possession off of the challenge, unfortunately. And now, Giants are playing a bit of keep away and just eating up all of the boost on the field right now. Oh, that ball is up. It should still be dangerous. Fortunately, it looks like that ball is going to hit the ground. Maybe not. Oh, my goodness. And he gets 100. Oh. What an emotional roller coaster there. The Giants dispatching of Galaxy Racer, knocking them out of the tournament.
Wow.
Really well done by the Giants squad here. GG's to them.
Yeah, they played so well. They've played incredibly solid Rocket League here today. This is promising for them. This is the kind of Rocket League that you need to play to make a long lower bracket run, the likes of which is, waiting for them. As today progresses, you're not going to make it through multiple top-level teams if you're playing inconsistently and wild. The Giants, they look phenomenal. Galaxy Racer pulled out the top spot in the groups, but have fallen 2 series in a row today, and they are out. Join us after the break to break down the match with Cole.
Welcome back to Rocket League Summit 2, brought to you by Juked.gg and Delicious Monster Energy, where we have just seen the Giants steamroll their way back into form with a huge win there against Galaxy Racer Smellsworth.
Yeah, really nice play from the Giants. They just looked the best that they've looked all season, or excuse me, all tournament long. And they had some rough matches early on. I mean, Itachi popped off that dunk that we just saw there right at the beginning of the series. Was a bit of I can't foreshadowing. Man, just I wanted to say foreclosure. Just like Itachi has taken their house away after they didn't pay for their mortgage. But yeah, a bit of foreshadowing. Back to you, Cole.
Brilliant. Cheers, Matt. That was a 4 out of 10 segue right there, talking about 4 numbers. Yeah, Johnny, Smellsworth said there was a bit of an Itachi carry at the beginning, but I think that as the series went on, all 3 of these amazing Giants are approaching top form now.
Yeah, the consistency is what's really impressed me today, because even when Giants aren't showing up, even when they're not playing their best, they still have those pop-off moments. Nobody will doubt their ability to pull off insane saves, insane passes, insane goals, and just be one of those like really clutch teams in general. But what's been missing this tournament is the real consistency, the backbone that makes Giants so tough to break down. But that was absolutely present here in this matchup today.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be talking about Giants Gaming a lot, but before we do that, let's touch on Galaxy Racer, because it's been a massive 2020 for them overall, Johnny. If you think back to their Monkeys days with Taz, they've now signed for an org, they've brought in Arju, they're looking good. They must be pleased with their their 2020 work as they go into what now is an early Christmas break.
Yeah, oh, 100%. I mean, they're absolutely one of the teams who have just like skyrocketed to success after such a mediocre start to the season. The
Mhm.
addition of Arju has really just brought the entire team to another level. And it's not that Taz wasn't a good player and Taz isn't a good player. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes just a new player can reinvigorate a squad, and that's what Galaxy Racer have looked like to me. They've looked like a brand new team with motivation, and they should still look at the end of this year as a phenomenal start to their entire year, because this is a marathon year for
Mhm.
RLCS. It's not a sprint like many of the other seasons have been, you know, where one day can absolutely make or break a season. You know, although we still have those big tournaments and big days like this one,
Mhm.
a playoff bracket where you need to show up if you're going to make a deep run. You have so many different tournaments, and for Galaxy Racer, it's not been their best day, but still so many positives to take away from 2020.
Well, has Johnnyboi Smellsworth done enough to get a coveted spot back on Metane's friends list after that monologue?
I don't know. There's a lot of inconsistency there. I wasn't
Okay.
really sure on what his actual position was. Then he's like, "Oh, I was just saying this and I was just saying that," but it was displayed publicly to thousands of people, and he could go back and watch it if he wants to. So I guess it really just depends on how much research Matane wants to put into his hatred for Johnnyboi.
Fair enough. Well, we will move on there because we have an interview with the Giants' very own Itachi. Itachi, welcome to the stream, my friend.
Hello, everyone.
Good to have you on here, man. And I guess it's been a long time coming, both on Beyond the Summit and Rocket League professionalism in general. I really want to know for you, because you had such a long wait, how does it feel just to be involved, to be able to play on a team like the Giants and compete in the game that you love?
Like, it's a really good feeling. Like, I was always seeing my friends, like the Vitality, everyone who all the time were playing, and I was like, okay, I'm just watching you guys.
Mm.
But now, yeah, now I can play, so it's really good.
So
Johnny?
Itachi,
Matt?
sorry, for some reason I just thought Matt was going to talk. He had that look about him, but you know, he just always kind of looks like he's going to say something,
That's
doesn't
true.
he? But yeah, Itachi, you just said yourself there, and just for all the audience back home who aren't aware that you've been waiting a long time for, you know, these kind of opportunities. This is your breakout season where you've just, you know, popped off and become one of the most talked about players in the European scene. But you know, who are the guys that you've been, you know, playing with and learning from over the years? You mentioned Vitality there. I know you're pretty good friends with the French Rocket League community. You know, who are the players in the scene who have really been the biggest inspirations to you?
To be honest, almost all the Frenchies, like, they're the best, to be honest. Like, there is Furby Peak, Vitality, there is Oxygen with Chaussette, Ferra, Astral. All the time playing with them, and we had a lot of fun. And now I can join them in the competitive scene, and I can beat them because they're a bit bad at the moment. Yeah, I mean. So yeah, pretty easy. I mean, like,
I like the spirit. So when you win the tournament, how are you going to celebrate with your teammates?
with my teammates, they're talking Spanish, so like I'm not celebrating with them. Like they talk Spanish between them, so I'm like, okay, GG's, I'm out. But yeah, no, pretty funny actually.
Has that been
Okay.
tough then, teaming up with a team that are the comms primarily in Spanish or French?
They're in English, the comms, but yeah, actually, Samuel doesn't speak really well in Spanish, in English, I mean, but like it's fine. He can come at least, so it's good.
Okay. Well, it's amazing to see you here, Itachi, and you must feel like you guys are peaking at the right time, because that was such a solid performance. I think that Johnny was saying that you were the first of your teammates to really step up in that series, but as it went on, all three of you are playing pretty much as well as you have been for a long time now.
It's true, actually. Like these past days, we had a break, and now we're coming back, and it's going pretty well. We lost yesterday in the Monaco gaming show, but we went to the finals at least, so it's good. And yeah, let's see what we do in this tournament.
Awesome. Well, very quickly before we let you go, Itachi, and jump to a quick break, would you rather face Endpoint or Guild Esports in the loser semis?
I would say Endpoint because we beat them yesterday, and yeah, Guild, they beat us once recently, so I would say Endpoint.
Well, that makes perfect sense. Thank you very much for joining us,
Thank you,
Itachi, on the show. I'm
everyone.
sure you're getting lots of love in this lovely Twitch chat. We're going to be back after a break for that series between Endpoint and Guild.